And so essentially, when an allegation of abuse occurs in a child care facility, an investigative specialist goes out with child welfare worker to assess the allegation. We began this pilot in September of 18 with the 5 new investigative specialists that we got in that session, many of which had worked at DHS in child welfare, which was definitely an asset to this pilot. Child welfare staff were trained in the district offices that are in Multnomah, Washington, Marion, Polk, and Yamhill counties. In the last 6 months, we've conducted over 75 tandem investigations. The new investigative specialists are also conducting increased monitoring visits to the child care facilities that have been investigated, if that's determined as necessary. And they're also assisting us in investigating potential illegal care facilities. I want to talk a little bit about kind of the different roles and authority that the different partners have that are participating in this tandem investigation. When the Office of Child Care goes out with child welfare on an allegation of abuse, child welfare is assessing, is there evidence that abuse occurred in the child care facility? The Office of Child Care staff is assessing if there was any child care regulatory issues. Each person makes their own determination based on a lot of the same information, but within the appropriate authority and roles that they hold. Another determination that is done by child welfare is deciding if imminent danger exists for the child who may have been abused. And the Office of Child Care is determining if imminent danger exists for all the other children that are in that child care facility. When necessary, the Child Care Subsidy Program determines if providers are meeting ERDC rules through consulting with the system partners, internal case staffing, and review of any related reports. And in the event a provider does not meet that eligibility, they may be suspended for 6 months from receiving ERDC payment. And now I want to share what we're learning so far in this pilot. One thing, I think one of the biggest is that communication between the Office of Child Care, Child Welfare, and ERDC has significantly improved. Each of us learning more about how the other operates has greatly increased our understanding and knowledge, and is really allowing us to ask better questions of each other and provide important information that we may not have been aware was important to the other entity. And we've seen this benefit realized outside of the 5 pilot counties. After each tandem investigation, we send a survey to all the state staff that have been involved at Child Welfare, Office of Child Care, and also to the providers that were involved in the investigation. Child care providers have appreciated not having to answer the same questions twice, they reported. Both Child Welfare and the Office of Child Care staff have reported that they have more information to make a clear and objective finding around the allegation of abuse. One of the biggest challenges that the Office of Child Care faced in the past, which really established the need for this pilot, was our need for firsthand information to build a strong case. Now, while we haven't yet done a complete analysis of the data to date, I can share that we are seeing our ability to issue a finding based on going out with child welfare is definitely happening more quickly. We have also been able to more quickly determine if increased monitoring might be needed at the facility or if we need to move forward with a more administrative action. Of the 75 tandem investigations, we've issued findings to 32 facilities. And many of these are still active within child welfare. So that shows that we're not having to wait for child welfare to finish or give us clearance to go out. By going out together, we're being able to make a more immediate response. Child welfare staff have also found it helpful to have the Office of Child Care staff there to answer any regulatory issues that may come up during the interview process.
I know we have only a few minutes, so if you can zoom through the rest of the slides and people can look at them later.
License